Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom verse. On the Lord, praise the Lord, honor to Yahweh, by Shemi Shai, by Shemu Kakadash. The one the apostles, those are the millstone, peace, salutation, one throughout of Israel. And, basically for this lesson, I want to go back, to the basics, all right? Going into how, we're the top nation on the earth, all right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? And, of course, you got, your speckled Israelites in there, in the midst, because you have Israelites that look like the other nations, which, their line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they still, and it still shows that they're Israelites, all right? Because Israel is a peculiar people, basically, all right? Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, all right? And he didn't say all people. He didn't say anyone who believes. He said, and he's talking about Israelites, by the way. He's talking to Israel, for thou art an holy people. So this is directed to someone, all right? Unto the Lord thy power, all right? The Most High, Yahweh, thy power, hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth, all right? So that right there just goes that the Lord has favorites. He's a favoritist, all right? Lord, just like how we have favorites, the Lord has his favorites, all right? Let's go to, and this shows that we're the Israelites, because look at the things we dominate at. All right, Jake dominates the sports, the sports world, the music world, art world. Literally any aspect you can put Jake in will dominate. All right, and it's because of the Lord's chosen people. We're Israelites. All right, it's literally in our DNA. All right. And I was about to quote that song, Kendrick Lamar, DNA, but Kendrick Lamar, he's a sellout. So let's go to pick. Oh, this is fire. All right, I'll read this one first. Psalms 135:4. The Lord Yahweh had chosen Jacob unto himself, and Israel for his peculiar treasure. All right, and Jacob's name was changed to Israel. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, 12 tribes, are the Lord's chosen people and his peculiar treasure. When something's peculiar, let's look that up. Actually, let's go to. Cause they be changing. Okay, peculiar, not ordinary or usual, odd or strange. All right. Second verse, belonging distinctively or primarily to one person, group, or kind, special or unique. All right, and that's who we are. Lord's chosen people, Israelites, are peculiar. They're not. Your casuals. Like these other nations. All right, and more than likely, if you see someone that looks like another nation that dominates, and some type of aspect, then that person may or may not go back to, may or may not be an Israelite. All right, but it's more likely that they are, because Israel has sauce, Israel has flavor. All right, Scripture says Yahweh Shai said this. All right, Matthew 5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. All right, so ye are the salt of the earth. All right, and really without this earth, or really without us, things would be plain, boring, dry, and all types of things. All right, because like for example, everyone's has some type of foot in pop culture. Sports, music, and things of that nature. Acting and things of that nature. But you see, Jake is on top. Jake is always dominating. All right, and it's very evident that we are the people of the Lord. Not those small hatters that that do all that weird shit. All right, those are converts. All right. Let's go to is like it's in Kings, I believe. Okay, second First Chronicles 17. Okay. Oh, that's fire. I guess we can read this. It's First Chronicles 17 and 21. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people Israel, possessive, whom the Most High want to redeem to be his own people. All right. And Christians like to say, he did away with Israel, when there's multiple scriptures proving that the Lord, he didn't cast Israel away. All right. Israel, he only put away Israel for time being, short period of time. But now through this word, through this truth, we're coming back. All right, to make the name of greatness and terribleness by driving out nations from before thy people, whom thou hast redeemed out of Egypt. All right, and that doesn't sound very loving. That doesn't sound very John 3:16ish, doesn't it? All right, but let me try to find this. I believe it's King. I'm trying to remember, but it's basically a verse in I believe it's Kings. It's talking about how what one nation is like unto Israel, like just roughly paraphrasing. I'm trying to remember it, but I'm pretty sure it goes into how the nation is like Israelites are so great, and it's of the Lord, because the Lord made us this way. All right, it's not we have nothing to boast, because we're just vessels. The Lord he basically created us to be this way. All right. Let's go to so like this is all off the spirit, so bear with me. All right, First Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, Israel, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. All right, so like I said, we're not ordinary people. We're the Lord's chosen people, and the Lord set us up to be his. All right, his favorite. All right, because this proves that the Lord, he looks at the other nations as nothing. All right. All right. 2 6 and start at 54 verse. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All right. And that just goes to show you that there's a chosen lineage. All right. Throughout the what do you call it? How do you say it? You know what I'm trying to say. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes, Israel. As for the other people which also come of Adam, the heathens, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. All right, so Scripture literally says that the non-Israelites, heathens, are as nothing to the Lord, as spit. You don't care about it. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. All right, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands, Israel. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? All right, so Israel's basically asking the Lord, like, when are we going to rule? Like, when are we going to stop? When are we going to rule over these heathen nations that you don't care about so much? All right, and that's what we look forward to. All right, because if you look at the history of Israel, we've always been ruled over. All right, really the only time we were sovereign was when King Solomon. All right, and that was I believe 40 years of peace. So, but going to book of Daniel 7. Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. All right, and that's right around the corner, because once this kingdom goes down, that's what we got next. All right, 2 6 and 9. 2 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, and that's like I said, it's literally happening right now. We're in a transition period. That's why this place is going down. Prophecy is speaking loud and clear, and the whole nine. All right, and imagine how much better we're gonna be as a nation when the Lord takes us out of these curses and puts us on a high. All right. There's countless scriptures, but I'm just roughly paraphrasing, but because Scripture said we're all going to be perfect. Us Israelites, we're going to be perfect, and when we're not under the curses, imagine how much better, how much glorious, and how much we'll succeed and strive as a nation. All right, Scriptures, because in the kingdom, everything we put our hand to do, we're gonna be blessed. All right. All right, Deuteronomy 28:1. And shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, and to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. All right, and that shows separatism, because only one nation can rule. It's not, two nations ruling side or three nations ruling side by side. No, it's one nation, and that's we're about to be on top. We're about to rule forever, underneath, Yahushua and 144,000, the rest on down. Second verse, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. So basically, you could read to 15 verse 14, but, if we're going to be perfect in the kingdom, we're going to be immensely blessed, all right? And that's what's coming for us, all right? But first we gotta go through this hell. But after this hell, it's gonna be paradise forever. All right. So I was kind of all over the place. Like I said, I didn't really have a lesson planned. It was just all through the Spirit. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Whenever all praise, glory, honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Till next time, shalom.